Maya Thompson stepped off the yellow school bus, her heart racing as she approached Crestwood High. She was determined to finish her senior year quietly, blending into the background like a shadow. The towering brick building loomed ahead, filled with students laughing and chatting, completely unaware of the new girl trying to navigate her way through the chaos. Maya had moved from Atlanta, and she was all too familiar with the unspoken rules of high school. Keep your head down, avoid trouble, and don't draw attention to yourself as she walked to the entrance. She felt the familiar sensation of eyes on her. Whispers floated through the air, and she could sense the curiosity surrounding her presence. Maya adjusted the strap of her backpack and took a deep breath, reminding herself that she was here to get her diploma and move on. She wasn't looking for friends. She just wanted to survive. Navigating the crowded hallways, Maya spotted a group of girls who seemed to command attention. At the center was Chloe Anderson, the queen bee of Crestwood High. Chloe was tall, with long, flowing hair and a smile that could charm anyone. Beside her were her loyal followers, Sarah and Emily, who hung on her every word. Maya had heard whispers about Chloe on the bus, how she ruled the social hierarchy with an iron fist, deciding who was in and who was out. Maya quickly found her locker, trying to ignore the stares and whispers. She was determined to stay under the radar, but the atmosphere shifted when she entered the cafeteria for lunch. She found a quiet corner table, hoping to eat in peace. But soon Chloe and her crew approached, their laughter echoing through the room. "Look who it is," Chloe said, her voice dripping with mockery. "The new girl thinks she can just sit here all alone." Maya kept her head down, focusing on her food. "What's the matter?" "Shy," Sarah chimed in, while Emily added, "Or maybe she thinks she's too good for us?" The cafeteria erupted in laughter, and Maya felt the heat rise in her cheeks. But she refused to give them the satisfaction of a reaction. Instead, she calmly took a sip of her drink, ignoring the taunts. Chloe, sensing the lack of response, leaned in closer, flicking Maya's juice cup and sending it spilling across the table. The laughter intensified, but Maya remained composed. She stood up, wiped her hands on a napkin, and walked to the trash can, disposing of her ruined lunch without a word. As she turned to leave, she caught Chloe's gaze, and for a brief moment, something cold flickered in her eyes, an unsettling realization that Maya was not afraid. The tension in the cafeteria lingered long after Maya left, spreading through the school like wildfire. By the next period, whispers filled the hallways, recounting the moment when she had simply walked away, untouched and unaffected. Chloe had expected victory, but Maya's calm demeanor had thrown her off balance, and the following days, the bullying escalated. Chloe's crew began to target Maya more aggressively, bumping into her in the hallways and making snide remarks during gym class. Maya endured it all with quiet strength, refusing to react. But inside, she felt the pressure building. One day during lunch, Chloe decided to take it up a notch. As Maya picked up her tray, Chloe shoved her from behind, sending her food crashing to the floor. The cafeteria fell silent, and Chloe stepped forward, a triumphant smirk on her face. Oops, did the little new girl drop her lunch? How sad. Maya stood still, fists clenched at her sides. She took a deep breath, then looked up at Chloe and smiled, a small, almost imperceptible smile that sent a chill down Chloe's spine. The laughter that followed felt forced, and for the first time, Chloe sensed uncertainty. Maya bent down, picked up her tray, and walked away without a word. The laughter faded, replaced by whispers of confusion. Chloe felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. That night, Maya sat at the kitchen table, staring at her untouched dinner. Her father, Marcus Thompson, noticed her silence and approached her. "What's going on, Maya?" he asked, his voice steady. "I don't want to fight," she replied, her voice tight. "But I don't want to be the girl they think they can push around either." Marcus studied her for a moment. "You walked away because you didn't want to hurt them. But sometimes, walking away doesn't end it either. If they think you're weak, they'll keep pushing." Maya sighed, feeling the weight of his words. She had trained in martial arts since she was a child, learning discipline and control. But the last time she had fought back, it had ended badly. "If I fight back, it won't end there," she murmured. Marcus nodded. "That's true. But if you have to fight, Make sure to end the fight before it begins. You don't need to prove anything to them. Maya absorbed his advice, knowing that the fight was coming. The next day, she felt a shift in the air as she walked into school. The whispers had changed. She was no longer just a new girl. She was a challenge. Chloe, sensing the tension, decided to confront Maya again. By lunchtime, word had spread that there would be a showdown behind the gym after school. Maya knew what was coming, but she didn't back down. She walked to the designated spot, where Chloe and her crew were waiting, flanked by a crowd of students eager for the spectacle. Chloe stood confidently, arms crossed. "You actually showed up," she taunted. "I thought you'd keep running." Maya didn't flinch. "I wasn't running," she replied calmly. Chloe scoffed. "Well, let's make this a real fight." She stepped closer, but Maya interrupted. "I'm here to warn you. You don't want to do this." Chloe laughed, but there was a flicker of uncertainty in her eyes. "Oh, that's adorable. The new girl thinks she can threaten me." Ryan, one of Chloe's loyal followers, stepped forward, cracking his knuckles. "You done talking, or are we going to start this?" Maya stood her ground. "You don't want to do this," she repeated. Chloe smirked, sensing an opportunity to regain control. "You heard her, Ryan. Show her how wrong she is." Ryan lunged at Maya, but in an instant, she sidestepped, grabbing his wrist and using his momentum to flip him onto the ground. The crowd gasped and Chloe's confidence wavered. Trey charged next, but Maya easily countered his attack, twisting his arm behind his back. The crowd was silent now, and Chloe felt the weight of their disbelief. Maya stood there, calm and composed, as if she hadn't just taken down two of Chloe's biggest supporters. "Do you still think I was running?" Maya asked, her voice steady. Chloe couldn't respond. She had lost control, and the realization hit her hard. Maya's calm demeanor was unnerving, and for the first time, Chloe felt fear creeping eye in eye in a desperate attempt to regain power. Chloe lunged for Maya's hair, but Maya caught her wrist midair, holding it effortlessly. "You don't have any power over me," Maya said quietly, her gaze unwavering. "And you never will." With that, she released Chloe's wrist and walked away, leaving Chloe standing there, humiliated in front of the crowd. The whispers that had once surrounded Chloe now shifted to Maya, who had dismantled the social order in mere days. The next morning, Crestwood High felt different. Chloe walked through the halls, trying to maintain her composure, but she could feel the weight of the stairs. Students whispered Maya's name, not Chloe's. The power dynamic had shifted, and Chloe was no longer the center of attention. AT lunch. Chloe sat at her usual table, but the atmosphere had changed. Her friends were quieter, their loyalty uncertain. Maya sat alone, calm and unbothered, while students approached her with newfound respect. Chloe clenched her fork, trying to think of a way to regain control. But as she glanced at Maya, who was simply enjoying her lunch, she realized that the throne she had fought so hard to maintain no longer mattered to Maya. Maya had won, not just the fight, but the respect of her peers. And for the first time, Chloe Carter had lost everything as the days passed. Maya continued to navigate her senior year with grace. She attended classes, participated in discussions, and even joined a few clubs, all while maintaining her quiet demeanor. The whispers about her faded, replaced by a sense of admiration from her classmates. They began to see her not just as a new girl, but as someone who commanded respect without even trying. Chloe, on the other hand, struggled to regain her footing. The once popular girl found herself isolated, her former friends drifting away as they began to see the cracks in her facade. The power she had wielded so effortlessly was slipping through her fingers, and she felt the weight of her own insecurities pressing down on her point one afternoon. As Maya sat in the library studying, Chloe approached her, flanked by Sarah and Emily. Maya looked up, surprised to see her former tormentor. "What do you want, Chloe?" she asked, her tone steady. Chloe hesitated, her bravado faltering. "I just want to say, maybe we got off on the wrong foot," she said, forcing a smile. "You're not so bad, I guess." Maya raised an eyebrow, sensing the insincerity in Chloe's words. "Is that so?" Because it didn't seem that way before. Chloe's smile faltered, and for a moment, vulnerability flickered in her eyes. Look, I'm just trying to make peace. I don't want any more drama. Maya studied her, weighing her options. If you want peace, then maybe you should stop trying to control everyone around you, she replied, her voice calm but firm. Chloe's expression hardened, but Maya didn't back down. I'm not afraid of you, Chloe. I never was. If you want to move on, then do it. But don't expect me to play your games. With that, Maya returned to her studies, leaving Chloe standing there, speechless. As she walked away, Maya felt a sense of relief wash over her. She had stood her ground, and for the first time, she felt truly free. As the weeks turned into months, Maya continued to thrive at Crestwood High. She formed genuine friendships with classmates who appreciated her for who she was, not for the image she projected. She became involved in community service projects, using her strength and determination to make a positive impact. Chloe, on the other hand, struggled to find her place. The whispers that once surrounded her now echoed with pity and disappointment. She realized that her reign of terror had only served to isolate her, and the power she had once wielded was nothing more than an illusion. One day, as Maya walked to the halls, she overheard a group of students discussing Chloe. Did you hear? She's been trying to get back in with everyone, but no one wants to hang out with her anymore, one girl said. Maya felt a pang of sympathy for Chloe. She knew what it was like to feel alone and rejected, but she also understood that true strength came from within, and it was something Chloe had yet to grasp. As graduation approached, Maya stood on the brink of a new chapter in her life. She had faced her fears, stood up for herself, and emerged stronger than ever. The experience had taught her valuable lessons about resilience, self-worth, and the importance of staying true to oneself. On the day of graduation, as she walked across the stage to receive her diploma, Maya felt a sense of pride swell within her. She had overcome the challenges thrown her way and had proven to herself that she was capable of so much more than she had ever imagined. As she looked out into the crowd, she spotted Chloe sitting with her family, a look of uncertainty on her face. In that moment, Maya realized that she had not only fought for herself, but had also paved the way for others to find their own strength. After the ceremony, Maya approached Chloe, who was standing alone. "Congratulations," Maya said, her voice sincere. "I hope you find your way." Chloe looked surprised but nodded, a flicker of understanding passing between them. "Thanks, Maya. I'm sorry for how I treated you." Maya smiled softly. "We all have our battles. Just remember, true strength comes from lifting others up, not tearing them down." With that, Maya walked away, leaving Chloe to reflect on her journey. As she stepped into the future, Maya knew that she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, armed with the knowledge that she was a fighter, not just in the ring, but in life.